Sorry about that. It just told me my mic was muted. The word of the century is you're muted. Hello, happy Wednesday. Welcome to my live. And if you happen to be watching later, welcome to the replay. My name is Robin, and I'm with Robin's Egg Blue Creations, and I'm also an independent designer with Couture. So once you hop on tonight's video, live video, or you hop on the replay, please feel free to say hi in the comments and tell me where you are watching from. I am in Central Kansas. Also want to let you know that I'm live in 2 locations this evening. So if you hear me refer to a comment that is not in your feed, that person may be viewing and commenting from a different platform. And also, if at any time during this video you like what you see and you think others should see it, please feel free to spread the craft love all over Facebook and YouTube. Help get me out to new eyeballs and help my little channel grow. Also, hit that heart button, hit that thumbs up button, follow, subscribe, whatever your platform wants you to do. I would greatly appreciate you doing that. And as always, tag your crafty friends and invite them to watch along with you. Let's see, I can see that Miss Bonita is on. She says, hey, hey, hey. And Jason is watching from the other side of the door. Oops. I don't know what happened. My phone clicked off for some reason. Okie doke. My phone is all not with me. Okay, I think I've got it now. Sorry about that. Weird technology things. So how is everyone doing this Wednesday evening? I hope you've all had a great week. And just so that I don't waste anybody's time, let's go ahead and flip the camera. So, sorry, I'm trying to keep the glare, and I blinded you. So tonight we are going to use the Harvest Market transfer. I have not used this one, and I have been wanting to, so let's go ahead and get that open. This is a size B 8.5 by 11 transfer. These are reusable about 8 to 12 times depending on how well you take care of them. So because they are reusable, I need to put it back on this backer sheet. So I'm just going to write Harvest Market on the back side. That way I know that when I'm done cleaning the transfer and I'm ready to put it away, that the transfer goes on this side, not this side. That's for fun. That's not what I wanted to do. Should we do it this way? No, I don't like that one. Okay, let's do that one. We'll compromise. We'll do this one. And then last month's little promo bundle was this pumpkin with a choppable shape. I don't know if I'm going to use the shape. I might. I hadn't planned on it. I might use it as a spacer this evening, and I'll save it for something else. But this was a free gift with a $50 purchase last month. So it's this cute little transfer and choppable shape. So for some reason, the carrots are throwing me off. Let's put that back full screen so that the comment doesn't totally get me away. The carrots, for some reason, are throwing me off because when I think of carrots, I think of spring. So I think I'm going to replace the carrots with this pumpkin. So let's go ahead and open it up. Fingers aren't wanting to work this evening. So again, we need to write this on the back. And then I'm going to put it all on the 9x12 pallet shiplap sign. I put that wrong in the description. I have not used the shiplap signs yet. If you have used them, let me know in the comments. You can put a thumbs up in the comments if you've used any of the shiplap. They come in 5 different sizes, I believe. 5x7, 9x12. Must be 12 by 18, 18 by 18, and 18 by 24. I believe those are the sizes. So they are, again, this one is 9 by 12. And I'm going to get a ruler. I think they're a little over 1/4 of an inch deep. They are 3/8 of an inch deep. Yep. And they are, this one is actually 9.5 by 12.5. So perfectly sized for our size B transfers. So it's going to fit perfectly. And the pumpkin just fits. So I may actually use my pumpkin as kind of a spacer. So I'll bump the fall harvest up a little bit so that I give myself plenty of room for my pumpkin. So let's get started. I forgot to read to see if I needed to wax these. And I didn't read sometimes the packaging says nope, it just says one-time use. So I don't know if I need to wax it or not. It probably wouldn't hurt. And currently the surface wax is out of stock. But I just pick up this big thing of paste wax. And this is actually my original can from 2018. And it hasn't failed me yet. So, and I haven't even I've made a dent in it, but I haven't made a dent in it, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm just using the wax applicator, and so this wax is going to act as kind of a buffer between my transfer and this wooden surface. So if my transfer is too sticky, when I go to pull it up, it may pull up pieces like little splinters from this wood sign, or it's going to stick so much that it pulls and stretches and distorts the transfer to the point where it may not work very well. So this wax is going to keep the transfer from sticking. We're also going to fuzz the transfer. So I'm just kind of buffing all that in, making sure I don't have loose pieces of wax. So I'm going to get out a fuzz cloth. You don't need a fancy teal fuzz cloth, although the teal fuzz cloths are fun. You just need some sort of terry cloth towel. You could, if you're desperate, use your shirt. So these are sticky back, adhesive backed, silkscreen transfer stencils. So everywhere you see that it's clear, it's actually a very fine mesh stencil, which is super handy for any fonts and small pieces that you may not be able to master very well with a vinyl stencil. This keeps all of those negative spaces intact, so you don't have to worry about losing the dots to your eyes or the periods at the end of your sentences. I need to wash this fuzz cloth. I tear so much fabric that I think it has tons of little fabric strings stuck in it. So what I'm doing on this towel, this side is worse, is knocking back a little bit of the adhesive on the back side. Just putting a little bit of lint on the back so it's not as sticky. That lint does wash off when you wash the transfer. They will eventually lose their sticky, but it takes a lot of abuse as long as you clean it well between uses. I think that's pretty good. So let's get our sign over here and our pumpkin. I think I was going to leave the packaging on, but then I realized that's probably not a good idea because my transfer will stick to that plastic and it probably wouldn't be very good. We probably have a big old mess. So I'm just going to unwrap it. Okay. So I want to put the farmer's market portion down near the bottom. So I'm just kind of working on my spacing for right now. So that'll go there. Oops. Just gonna get a couple of hunks of tape. So I think I want my, let's see, I can drop this down a little farther. I think we'll go, and it doesn't have to be perfect right now. I just want a general area. And then I'm going to bump that up. So let's make sure that I have, and I do. Okay, that's going to work. So I think I'm going to start from the bottom up. And I'm just mainly going to do all black. Except for the pumpkin. And then we're going to maybe do a little bit of watercoloring with the pumpkin. Okay, so I'm just going to tape or stick or something. And I've learned I need to be really careful with my placement tape because last time I used it, it peeled off the teal part of my transfer. So I'm going to take this over here. I'm just putting this here so I don't forget. Oops, except I need to move. I'm putting this backer sheet here so that I don't forget and start pasting where the carrots are because I tend to get carried away. And then I paste in weird places where I'm not supposed to. Okay, now let's get started. I have my black velvet paste. I'll just get a squeegee. I'm going to put that there because I still want to get this little stamp, I think. Maybe not. I actually don't. So, let's move this back. I don't think I'm going to put the stamp on there yet. I might put it in a different position. So let's just do it that way. Okay, so we'll just work on this bottom portion. So I'm just going to get some paste on my squeegee. And these shiplap signs are at a pretty decent price point. They're not bad. You could probably put them in a frame if you wanted to. They are a bit thick, but I'm sure you could probably figure out how to either make a frame or put them in one of the open wood frames or open back frames. Let's check that. Super fun. Okay, I'm going to leave that. I have to plug in my quick dry tool. And these little spots in the letters, it's not where I've missed. It's actually built in. That kind of vintage distressed look is built into the transfer. There. Let's disassemble this part. Keep those there in case I need them. Okay. So then I'm going to peel the rest of this off. I'm going to dry that a little bit more. Especially where those little crevices are. Okay. So now let's put our pumpkin back. Just kind of roughly there. And I'm going to put my backer sheet down here now. Except for, I kind of want to just pull that. I want to get it roughly in the same spot. Okay, so then I'm going to pop this down here. I'm going to pull it towards me a little bit. Also going to get another piece of backer sheet out. Oops. And we're going to pull the pumpkin. Let's place that one there. Okay. And then put this back down. I don't want to accidentally paste any of those carrots. And we're going to work on this top portion. Kind of want to be mindful of your edges. I need to worry about not going over that top edge. I also want to even out my squeegee lines. Jason says he agrees. Carrots are springish. It's thrown me off ever since the transfer got released. I was like, carrots? I mean, I get it, but I don't get it. Which is kind of ironic because carrots don't even grow in the spring, but it just always is so, I guess because it's the whole rabbit thing for spring. Let's check it this way first. Make sure I got everything. Yep. Okay, so I'm just going to leave this on the backer sheet. And then the only thing I need to do to clean it is just to run it under some water and use a board eraser to help lift that paste up. So there is, and again, all of that distressing is built into the transfer. Let's get that part dried. And you want to make sure you dry in these grooves because you're going to get some paste that clumps up in some of those. So you make sure that's dry so you don't spread your paste everywhere. So then let's bring in our pumpkin. So I'm going to try to do a little bit of watercoloring. We'll see how that works. So I'm actually going to paste this twice. I think I'm actually going to bring it up. And then if I put a ribbon, I think I might use that stamp as a tag. I think I'll center it. Because even if I put some like fabric or something, if I make a ribbon and a bow here, I can still hang my tag. So I think I'll just keep it in the middle. Just trying to figure out what color I should paste it first so that I can watercolor. I need a color that's fairly easy to see while I'm watercoloring. I'm just going to use this Hey Pumpkin for the whole thing, and then I think I'll be able to see it when I put the transfer back down for the second time. So I'm going to use another small squeegee. It's kind of funny that they call this small, but yet this is mini, but this isn't small to me. But I probably should have called it a regular. So what I'm doing is just putting down an initial layer of paste, and you could just stop after doing it this way, but you'll see when I pull up the transfer why I'm not going to leave it that way. Oops. Okay, so let's pull that up. So you can certainly stop there if you want, if that's the look that you want, but I'm going to try to fill in some of that white space with some watered down chalk paste. But while that's drying, we'll just trade spots here. I have a little tub of water right here because I'm going to need to use this a second time. Once I've watercolored over, I'm going to muddle up all of the lines of the pumpkin. So I'm going to need to put this transfer back over my design so that I can paste in the original lines. So I need to wash this and get it drying while I'm working on the watercolor portion. So this would be a great opportunity for me to show you how easy peasy it is to clean these. So again, earlier I said you just need a water source. So you can have a little aluminum pan like this. I use a utility tub a lot, but it's getting a little dirty looking, or you can just take it straight to a sink or bathtub. And so then you just want to wet your board eraser. This doesn't look very pretty either. But you just wipe it down the front side of the transfer. I usually try to go in one direction only. And I hold this side down so I'm not stretching it or pulling at the transfer disproportionately. And then I'm going to flip it over to where the back side is up, and I'm going to gently wipe the back side off. This helps get off any excess paste and any lint. And it helps release some of that paste that may have still been stuck in the silk screen. Oops. Okay. Put this somewhere to dry. And then I'm going to get out a Lysol wipe or Clorox wipe, either one. And I'm just going to gently rinse the backside off. This kind of helps. One, I think it helps wick away some of the water. And two, it just helps remove more of that fuzz. And then to dry it quickly, I'm going to put it on the inside of my fuzz towel. This has a microfiber side. So I'm going to put it in there and just kind of let it hang out. If you don't need to use it again, you can just put it sticky side up and let it air dry for 15 to 20 minutes maybe, and then stick it back on its backer, and it's usually ready to put away. Easy peasy. Okie doke. I'm gonna put my wipes somewhere. Okay, let's get this a little bit more dry. There's still some wet spots. Not that that matters with doing watercoloring, but so I do have a cart link for most of the supplies in the description of the video. You're welcome to click that. Or I can send it to you if you type the word harvest into the comments. I will send it to you when I'm done. Jason says looking good so far, and he's excited for the watercolor. Okay, I probably need to get a little palette of some sort. So hold on just a moment. Oh. Can you hear me hobbling along? Oh, okay, let's get some distilled water out. Need to refill my fine mister. So we're going to use orange peel and hay pumpkin, and I think I might use some camel on the stem. And so I'm just going to, I don't know if I need that, but well, I'm going to put a little bit of water into a few of the wells. You know what? Paintbrushes would be helpful. Let me go get a couple of those too. Get a mixture. Okay, I just have a mixture of paintbrushes here. I really like to watercolor with these round-tipped brushes. This one might be a bit too big, but I'll try. We'll use these for right now. Okay, let's do a base of I think we'll do a base of hay pumpkin and see what happens. I'm just going to get my brush wet, and actually I should probably get all this on the same side. That just spells disaster. So I'm just going to water down a little bit of my paste. I'm going to start filling this portion in. The only thing I'm noticing, however, And we're getting a little bit of resist from the wax, so that might pose a problem. But I think once I get a good coat on there first and kind of push everything around, I think we'll be fine once we get that initial coat down. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of dry some of that. Keep going. So the next time I use one of these shiplap signs, I will probably experiment with not fuzzing and see what happens. Or not waxing. Because some of my water and paste is resisting. Which isn't it's not a terrible look, but you can see it right in there. It's not wanting to cover. You just kind of go back and forth over it, and I think it'll eventually stick. Hello, Miss Amanda. We are doing some more watercoloring with our chalk paste. So I've just watered some of it down with some distilled water. Okay, let's get that dry. Amanda says that's cute. Thank you. So this is the size B Harvest Market, and it's on the 9.5 by 12.5 shiplap sign. I called it a pallet sign in the description in the title, but it's actually a shiplap sign. It says Oliver wants you to know he can't wait for next Tuesday. I'm excited too. That'll be fun. It's going to be fun. It's been a while. So I'm just going to add a second coat, mainly because we have some parts that didn't cover well because of the wax. That we put down initially. Okay. I think the orange is good. Put a little bit of water in here. And I'm going to try to rinse out my brush just a skosh. Okay, put that over there. Okay, I'm going to put my lid on that one while I'm not using it. So we'll just let the pumpkin hang out, the pumpkin portion. Now we'll work on the stem. I think we'll try to use some Dune. Whew, I need some help. It is kind of dry in there. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to turn my sign around so I don't accidentally stick my hand into the pumpkin. And I haven't been intentional with painting into the little shiplap lines. That's just total personal preference. Because the paste is so thinned down, it kind of gets in there naturally. Let's give that a dry. Give it a little bit more coverage. Okay, I think that color is good. I guess I can stick that in my water that's over here. Makes a little bit more sense. Okay, let's put that color away. I think I want to go back into the pumpkin with some orange peel and give it some, kind of bring out some of those darker spots. Not where my dark spots are already, but kind of in the lighter portions. To give it some highlights once we put so that it has highlights when we put the black back on. So I'm not going where they are already because those darker places will be black. But I just want to kind of go beside some of those to add a little bit of shading. And I'm not a professional by any means. Just trying to add some depth. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm gonna, we'll get that dry. Some of this excess stuff away so I'm not overwhelmed with, oops, stiff, which is typically the case. Let's get that dry. Okay. Let's get our pumpkin out of here, out of our little towel sandwich. I want to fuzz it again because remember we took off some of that lint, and when you wash it, it kind of sometimes it can like uber revives the stick, and I don't want any of the adhesive to take off my pumpkin that I've already pasted, so I'm gonna fuzz it really good. And I'm gonna make sure I can, oh yeah, that I can totally. Luckily, our transfers are very transparent, so they're easy to see through. I'm just going to rub it gently. I'm going to get a different squeegee because I got orange all over that other one. Okay, so now we're going to bring the black back in, and we're going to add in our darker lines. So I'm just going to repaste over the whole thing. Don't panic. Don't panic yet. Light hand. I'm trying to be very light-handed with this. I'm not pushing too hard. Also need to be mindful of my edges. Make sure I get all of those lines. And get all of those squeegee marks out. Put the excess back in. And cross your fingers, it doesn't pull anything up. Ta-da! Okay, let's get that dry before I totally run it. Jason says, wow, awesome. Thank you. Benita says she was sweating bullets. I was too. I was afraid that it was going to pull off some of my paste, but it didn't. So there's what the pumpkin looks like. And that stuff was already on my sign. It's pretty, it's got a lot of distressing already. See all of that on the edges? I want to do some experimenting though. I wanted to try to give it a little more, but I may not. I was going to try to use some of this gel stain and just kind of swipe, but I think I may want to practice on something different. But I want to see if I have a tag in my stash. This, I don't have to paint anything, but let's see if that tag will match fits with the stamp. Oops. Oh, I guess I could paint it really quick, or I could stain it. I've had, oh, these are from Dollar General. I recognize that tag, but who knows? I don't even think they carry these anymore. I think that'll work. I don't really want to have to paint anything, but it's pretty ragged around the edges. I know what I'll do. I'm just trying to get, there's a lot of splinters on the edges. I think what I'm going to do is I have one of these wipes over here. Let's just use our wipe. This is going to get dirty. I'm just going to use my wipe and paint, kind of paint stain this tag. So it'll go on quick and it'll dry just about as quick. Easy peasy. This is why I clean my hands. Probably shouldn't be cleaning with the same wipe that I used to paint, but okay. Easy peasy. Okay, let's get that dry. When I was on my Chuck site earlier, the Jolene color of the month was still available. So if you haven't gotten it, you need to. And we've got finished drying just a little bit. I do want to show you, I posted it earlier today on my Facebook page. If you join the Perks program this month, between until the 30th, once you join the Perks program, you will get a coupon code for a free etched pine tree and star bundle. You'll have to put that coupon code in. You'll have to add the bundle to your cart, and then you'll put in a coupon code, and you will end up getting it free. It's a $34 value, and here's what it looks like against one next to. It's a fairly decent sized tree shape, and they're about 3/4 of an inch thick. Super cute. That's lots of detail in that little etched pine tree. So you do get that free by signing up to be a Perks member this month. So it's $20 a month. You get $20 in product credit back. So craft math, that's free. Plus you get another $30 valued bundle for free. So it pays to become a Perk member this month. Just saying. Okay, so I think this is dry. I'm just going to give the edges a little bit of a sand. And then I'm going to use the cutest little desktop vacuum that there ever was to wipe up or to clean up all of the dust. Isn't she cute? Okay, I am going to wax this tag just because there's lots of little itty bitty little splinters already. Okay, so let's buff that in. And then I'm going to put this little Saturday stamp emblem on, this little design right there on the tag, because it wouldn't fit real well with the pumpkin. So I need to get out some, let's use the vanilla. Okay. Put it down. So we're just putting it under the transfer. You have to be super mindful of not. I'm going to put my finger here. I don't want to get any of that little carrot. I'm not going to stick this, wait, here's some right here. I'm not going to stick it fully down because I don't want it to tear my transfer, but I just don't want to paste that. So I just have a little bit of vanilla on my squeegee. Okay, a little bit. I'm going to pull that off. Oh, yeah. Put that over there. Get my tack dry. And then kind of red. I don't know if I have fabric. I have a ton of ribbon I need to use up. But I've gotten where I don't prefer ribbon. I have this truck with pumpkins in it. I have this pumpkin, which will be cute, except when I tie it, if I tie it all the way around, the pumpkins will be sideways. Or I could just tie twine around it. I've just gotten to where I just prefer fabric and not ribbon. I'm trying to think what kind of fabric I have. I'm just coming over here to get my orange fabric. Got that. I have this one with the trucks. That might be kind of cute. And then I also have this one. Oops, hope that was dry. I don't know if this one's long enough. Not quite long enough. But if I cut it into two, I swear, I promise I try to have shorter lives. They just don't work. And then I can glue that. My hot glue gun is not plugged in. I could glue the two pieces together. Okay. I get these little bins from Menards, and you could fold your fabric to make it fit in any container, but it's perfect for my bandanas and my fat quarters. And I just have them. I do have all of my Halloween in here just because it was a natural fit with orange. So I have most of my colors. I have like reds together, yellows, pinks and purples together, orange, greens, blue clovers, and red diamonds. You're old if you got that reference. Just saying. Okay, so I'm just gonna, once my hot glue gun heats up, that looks cute. And we can just kind of, once I oh, it's not heated up. Okay. I don't think that's going to be hot enough, but yeah. Nope. It was so cool it wouldn't even stick to my fabric. Get some of this. Get some of this put away while I wait for my glue gun to dry. Or dry, to heat up. Grief, Robin. And if you have, oops, I did that upside down. Use your multi-tool as a hot glue tool. It works fabulously. No more burnt fingers. Okay. So I'm just going to stick that on the back. Nobody will know that I hot glued two pieces together unless you tell them. So shush. Okay. So I'm going to try to tie that tight. I'm going to put it in a knot first. Then let's feed that through our tag, I think. I may have to tie it on differently. Yeah, it's going to end up. So, let me get a little piece of twine. So I'm just going to loop it through the little lark's head knot thingy. And then I think I'm just going to tie it to the knot. Loosely. Yeah, I'm going to knot that. This is just so it'll hang better. Ooh, fat fingers. Get away. There we go. Okay, so now trying to get it to where the outside of the fabric shows. And I've got to twist that one. Oh gosh, that's like the cutest bow I've ever done. As far as just tie bow, I think I'm just gonna pinch or tuck some of these, cut some of these strings off. I was gonna maybe angle the ends, but I think I'm gonna leave them. Let's try to get that. There. Super cute. And then I'm going to put a little dollop of hot glue right there just to kind of make that tag sit where I want it. Put my glue gun away. Unplug it so I don't forget. Super cute. Jason said such a cute project. Thank you. There's our, kind of gets slightly covered up, but tuck. I think that works. That works just like that. Super fun. Okay, let me show it to you from the front. Super cute. Love it, I love it. Let me put it over this way. There. That looks cute. I love it. These shiplap signs, I think this size is like $20, so it's a really good price point. The 5x7 is super cute as well. It's just a fun little easy, cute surface, and you can always paint it the backside and make it double-sided. So it's kind of like a pressed board MDF type material, so you could easily paint the backside and make it a two-sided surface. So that is super fun. Love it. Super, super cute. Oopsie, I think that was my mouse, which means I can't do anything without my mouse. Okay, let me get it. I rescued it. Sorry. Okie doke. Go back. Benita says it would be adorable hanging on a wall. Yeah, you could even drill holes in it if you wanted to add a hanger. You could put it in an easel stand. You could just lean it up on a shelf, on a mantle. Super cute. Okie doke. I don't think I'm going to go over any of the other graphics. I did some of that throughout the video, so I'm going to hop off for the evening. My plan is to be live again on Friday, and at least once on the weekend. I did better last weekend, so you got to give me credit for that. So I'm going to go ahead and hop off for the evening. I hope you have a great rest of your week. Thanks for hanging out with me this evening. Thanks for watching the replay if you are watching at a later date, and I will see you in my next crafty video. Thanks for watching.